Dear children, still we are in the fourth lesson of your geography book. That's the natural hazards and disasters. So from this lesson, we are going to learn, from this chapter, we are going to learn more about what are the natural disasters and hazards and how it impacts on the man and the environment. And Putala, there are so many kind of natural hazards and disasters around, such as droughts, earth slips, cyclones, tsunamis and various kinds of natural hazards and disasters around you. Let's go to the lesson to learn more about these kind of natural hazards and disasters.
Earth slips. Sliding of a large portion of earth located at a higher elevation downwards along the slope with rock boulders, gravel and soil lump is called an earth slips. Now here you can see in this picture Putana, you can get an idea about what is an earth slip. So here normally sliding a large portion of earth located at a higher elevation downwards along the slope with rock boulders, gravel and soil lump. It's called an earth slip, especially having noticed, especially during the that means during the incessant heavy rainy days. So normally this is telecasting in television. Especially these things are happening in the mountain areas, especially Central Hills and Ratnapura. So people are suffering with these kind of earth slips. At present, earth slip is a common disaster in Sri Lanka, though it is a natural process, but human activities also influence to a great extent. Though there are some reasons for the earth slips can be divided into two categories. There are natural causes as well as human activities also there. If we take the natural causes, incessant rain, land with steep slope, existence of weathered rock layers, earthquakes, these are the natural causes. And if we take the human activities, setting fire to the forest in mountain areas. Normally pute trees are, if it is raining heavily, okay, that means incessant rain also. So but if there are rocks, and plants in the mountain slopes, in mountain areas, normally they are bare in the soil layers and there won't be earth slips. But here, when we are destroying the forest in mountain areas, surely it will cause for earth slip. Improper use of land in mountain areas. Insufficient research before doing construction. This is very important. Nowadays, people are tend to construct buildings in mountain slopes, especially cabanas, tourism, especially tourism industries are going on mountain slopes. They are not paying attention for the disasters which happen in future, and they are just making their construction. So insufficient research before doing constructions, before they are making that, they have to get a proper knowledge about the disasters and how to prevent from them, and they have to get a clear understanding. Blocking of natural waterways, this is very important part, because Putala now there should be proper drainage system. Otherwise, when the drainage systems are getting blocked, so normally by the time it will collect water and the soil layers and all are getting loosened. So here that one also a main reason for the earth slip. Storing of water in highlands. This is very important. Normally, when there's water is stored in highlands, Putana, normally it surely causes for the earth slip. So these are the human activities. Natural causes are also there, but if we reduce our human activities, we can surely prevent from earth slips. So here in this map 4.3 shows the districts of Sri Lanka where earth slips occur frequently. Now just when you're paying attention, you can see here these are located in mountain slopes, especially Kalutara, Gaul, Mathara, Ratnapura, very important, and Nuvareli, Badulla. These are in there are a lot of mountain hills, especially highlands can be seen. So these are the districts of Sri Lanka where earth slips occur. And I am going to give you something, because there are, especially Anuradhapura, Polonnaru, there are flat lands, low lands can be seen. Putala, if there is no highlands, there's no any risk of facing of earth slips. Earth slips are happening in only in highlands, mountain areas. Okay, so it is here. There's these areas are not facing this kind of risk. And damages from the earth slips. These are the damages from earth slips: loss of lives and property, destructions of cultivated lands. Have you noted in the television, farmers are crying because of the destructions of their cultivated lands, destructions of the environment. Water bodies become shallow and canals are blocked. Destructions of infectious facilities, the impairment of normal life. In that case, the students can't go to school, and the other people, they can't do their daily routine, they can't report for their jobs. So here everything, they are facing lot of problems. Now here, activities. Briefly explain what is a landslide is. Now you know what is a landslide. Previous sessions we have done. You just go through my other videos, so then you can get a clear understanding about what is a landslide. Mark and shade 5 districts where landslides occur frequently in an outline map of Sri Lanka. So you refer my previous video clips. Select the reasons for landslides from the list given below: wind, heavy rains, high temperature, reclamation of lowlands, steep slopes, cultivation in hilly areas, flatlands, storing water in highlands, blocking river mouths, earthquakes. So here, then you have to select the reasons of landslides from the list given below. Okay, and create a poster depiction of disasters that could occur during an earth slips. So you have to create a poster. What are the depicting the disasters that could occur during an earth slip? Okay, so what are the what can you see, what happens to the environment? Okay, suggest 3 actions that can be taken to prevent earth slips. Okay, so you can suggest what can you do before constructing something. We have to get a proper knowledge. Cyclones, the storms. Okay, and now we are going to cyclones. This is really important. Storms. Okay, so here especially Putala, this coastal belt is suffering with these kind of cyclones normally. December, November, December, October, November, December. So these months are suffering cyclones to these kind of coastal belt. Jaffna, Vaunia, and there's Anuradhapura also, not the coastal belt, but Anuradhapura also somehow suffering. Trincomalee, Polonnaruwa, Batticaloa, Ampara. These areas are totally, they are facing these kind of storms. Okay, so several districts of Sri Lanka are subjected to the influence of cyclones. Even though Anuradhapura, it is not located in the coastal belt, they are facing. We'll discuss how it happened. So the hard blowing wind, while spinning fast in the swirl, is known as a cyclone or a storm. I think you have an idea about what is the storm. So here it is not a breeze, it's not a soft wind, it's the hard blowing wind while spinning fast in the soil is known as a cyclone or a storm. Just think about the location of our country. It is in the in it is it is an island in the Indian Ocean. Okay, so now you know what is the influence of the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so here there are some air disturbance of the Bay of Bengal that are also cause for these kind of storms. High temperature in a tropical zone and the development of the low pressure centers influence the origin of cyclones, especially as an island. Here we are suffering these kind of cyclones. Normally it's happening. So here high temperature in a tropical zone. If we take the location of our country, we are in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Capricorn. So here there's a high temperature in a tropical zone, and the development of the low pressure centers influence the origin of cyclones. When they ask you to define what is a cyclone, so here you have to write this one. Okay, so Sri Lanka is a country located in the tropical zone, as I said you already, due to the influence of the low pressure centers that originate the Bay of Bengal. I have explained this already. Sri Lanka is affected by cyclones frequently. So here now our country is located in the tropical zone, as well as due to the influence of the low pressure centers that originate in the Bay of Bengal. There are low pressure centers which originate in the Bay of Bengal. So Sri Lanka is affected by cyclones frequently. Can you remember before 2 or 3 years ago there was a Buravi cyclone? The people who were near the coastal belt, they suffered with this kind of a storm. Okay, so the cyclonic winds enter the island from the eastern and northeast coast and exist from the northwestern coast. This is a really nice phenomena. So the cyclonic winds enter the island. From this picture you can get a clear understanding what is a cyclone. So the cyclonic winds enter the island from the eastern and northeast coast, okay, and exist from the northwestern coast. Okay, so as a result the northern and the eastern regions of Sri Lanka are highly affected by cyclones, especially as I said you already, this Vaunia, Polo, and Radhapura, Polonnaru, even though they are not located in the coastal belt, they are suffering because Putala normally these parts are so when these kind of parts are facing to the cyclones, opening to the cyclones, so these areas are affected because the wind and all are blowing to the country. Okay, so here as a result the northern and the eastern regions of Sri Lanka are highly affected by cyclones. So these areas are highly affected by cyclones. Identify the regions affected by the cyclones by observing the map of Sri Lanka. Look at this, especially Jaffna, Trincomalee, Polonnaru, Batiklu, Ampara, Vaunia, Anuradhapura. So here central province is not facing those kind of things because these are in middle of the country, and these areas also the same. Okay, now let's go to observe what are the damages from cyclones. So massive loss of lives and property due to the heavy rains and strong winds. So massive loss of lives and property due to the heavy rains and strong winds. Yeah, this is happening. I think you have a clear knowledge about this one because it's normally telecasting each and every year. Annually we can see these kind of things. Destructions of cultivations. Yes, breaking down the infrastructure facilities such as electricity, transport due to the fall of trees, flooding of sea in coastal areas. So here flooding of sea in coastal areas also can be seen. Now there are some activities. What is a cyclone? On a map of Sri Lanka, mark and shade the districts of Sri Lanka that get affected by cyclones. You know what? You know how to do this. Prepare a list of damages caused by cyclones. Present suggestions to minimize these damages. Now here the thunderbolts we are calling lightning. This is very dangerous. So here that's what here in those days especially April, October, November, December, somehow September also it's happening. Normally we are calling in Sinhala Bakmahakunu. So those kind of days, the television also, especially they are asking us to not to use mobile phones and not to go to the playgrounds and all, so not to go to wells during lightning. Okay, they are giving advices. Okay, so here discharge of an electric current between two opposite charges you can see in this picture due to the electric phenomenon that occur in the cloud is known as a thunderbolt. So now here Laputala you can see discharge of an electric current. It's discharging electric current between two opposite charges due to the electric phenomenon that occur in a cloud. It's occurring in a cloud. Is known as a thunderbolt. Okay, so you can see in this picture how it's happening, and accordingly discharge of an electric current may occur in the cloud itself. It is happening in a cloud itself between two clouds, or if not between two clouds, or from a cloud to the earth. See, it's nice phenomena. Look at this. It is happening in a cloud itself, or between two clouds, or else from a cloud to the earth. Okay, so these currents can cause huge damages, although lightning may occur any time of the year in Sri Lanka. It often occurs during the months of March, as I said you already, March, April, October, November, when the conventional process is active. Okay, so these months are really risky because normally Putala, so even unconsciously also there can be thunderbolts. Okay, even though it's not raining, there can be seen thunderbolts, so I have to be very careful. Lightning kills a working student. Lightning through a trip switch, very important part. Lightning kills 500 tree. Lightning kills a person on a telephone call. Especially if you go to lightning through a trip switch, put there. Normally, each and every houses in your house also, normally there's a earth wire is connected to the earth. The important thing is when there is lightning or the thunderbolt is coming, it's prevent. Okay, so here lightning through a trip switch mean now there are good trip switches also there. So there are some instrument to prevent from the thunderbolts and all. Okay, so here no, don't go to bath in open areas when raining, and lightning kills 500 tree. Normally Putana trees are in open areas, trees are somehow tall. When the lightning comes to the tree, surely it can focus you. Damages of thunderbolts, lightning, loss of lives and property, breaking down electric cable system, destructions of houses, breaking down of communication networks. These are the thunderbolts. These are the damages of thunderbolts. And how to prevent from this? Prevention of thunderbolt accidents. Keep away from the open places when there are thunder showers. Yeah, especially farmers also. Not to go to the open areas, especially paddy fields and all, not to work in open areas when thunderbolts. So keep away from tall trees. Yeah, because normally put there when in open areas, when the tall trees are can catch up these thunderbolts. Okay, so here when we are under the tall trees, when the thunderbolts catch the tall trees, surely they can catch us also. Avoid traveling during such occasions. It's really dangerous. Disconnect all domestic electric circuits. Yeah, do not use telephones. Do not construct buildings under high tension electric lines. This is very very important. In-house constructions, installing of electric circuits should safely be done by a skilled technician. The technician should be a skilled technician. Okay, prepare an instructional handout to make people aware of the methods that could be followed to prevent or minimize the accidents of lightning. Now you know how to do that. Tsunami. What is tsunami? I think you have, even in this period, even though you were not in this world, you have heard about this one. Just go to YouTube and just watch. Okay, there's a film also. You just go through that. The waves that travel fast toward the coast due to the occurrence of earthquakes, earth slips, or volcanic eruptions in the sea bed are called tsunami. Have you noted when before tsunami reached to the island, so the sea waves and all went into the seaside and all got dried up. Okay, so this is a silent killer. So actually these waves that travel fast, then suddenly the waves that travel fast towards the coast during the occurrence of the earthquakes, earth slip or volcanic eruptions in the seabed are called tsunami. Tsunami is a word derived from Japanese language. Su means harbor and nami means waves. Tsunami are also known as very tall waves that move towards the coast. Okay, very tall waves, not like the normal waves, not like the usual waves. It's like that. So here those are very tall waves. Sri Lanka is an island. All the lands associated with the coastal area around it are open to this hazard, though it is not a common disaster like others. The impact is enormous. The catastrophic tsunami that affected Sri Lanka on 26th of December 2004 resulted massive destructions of lives and property. So here, even though you were not there in the world, so you don't have that kind of experience. So you just go through YouTube, so then you can see what is actually, because there are some clips of tsunami. Causes for tsunami: earthquakes, yes, earth slips, volcanic eruptions occur in the seabed, falling of meteors into oceans. This is very rare incident, and other things are normally it's happening. Damages from tsunami: loss of lives, destructions of houses, buildings, vehicles, businesses, premises, destructions of coastal lagoons, river mouths, mangroves, marshlands, lands, and weeds. Mental stress caused in people. Those days people, they miss their loved ones. Most of the people were isolated. So mental stress caused in people. We can't live without our family. We don't like to lose our loved ones, no? Displacement of people, pollution of water and land, destructions of plants and animals, collapse of fisheries activities and tourist industries also all are getting vanished. Distractions of infrastructure facilities like water supplies, electricity and roads all are damaging from tsunami. How to escape from tsunami? Be alert about tsunami warnings. Do not stay close to the sea. Look at the receding sea during the tsunami condition. Those days people, then there was a really amazing incident. People went to the sea, the water, to check what's happening. So it's not to go there. It's do not stay close to the sea. Go to a safe higher place as soon as possible. Okay, so here activities define what is a tsunamis. Write three causes for tsunami. When did tsunami conditions affect Sri Lanka? Already they have given the date. Mark the named regions of Sri Lanka that were affected by the tsunami disaster on an outline map of Sri Lanka. Now here, the earthquakes. A sudden tremor that occurs in the earth due to the high temperature in the interior of the earth and changes in the pressure is known as earthquake. So here Putala, you can see in this picture, you can get an idea about what is an earthquake. A sudden tremor that occurs in the earth. It is in the earth. In the higher temperature, in the interior of the higher temperature, in the interior of the earth, inside the earth, it's happening the higher temperature and changes the pressure. Suddenly the changes in the pressure is known as the earthquake. So here when there is an earthquake, so we feel just like the shake in the land. So though the hazard of the earthquake is present in every part of Sri Lanka, it has not converted into a condition of a disaster. It's not like what Japan and all normally they are facing usually. But usually means always. Earthquakes occurring in the nearby regions may also affect Sri Lanka. Now, see will you. These are the reasons for the earthquakes. High temperature in the interior of the earth and changes in the pressure. High temperature in the interior of the earth, so changes in pressure, breaking down of the equilibrium of the earth due to the constructions of the reservoirs and large scale constructions. We have to get engineers advise us before, and there's a geological department also. Before we are constructing something, we have to get the knowledge ideas from them, because normally when we are making constructions also, especially breaking down the equilibrium of the earth due to the constructions of reservoirs and all, those are the mass constructions, Neputara. So these things are happening. Nuclear explosions, yeah, and the volcanic eruptions. These are the reasons for the earthquakes. Damages from the earthquakes, loss of lives and property, displacement of people, yeah, slowing down day-to-day activities because people can't go to their jobs and schools, destructions of cultivated lands, yeah, destructions of the vegetation and animals. So here now you have to fill this table, damages to people and damages to the environment. Now, how to face a disaster? Facing a disaster, man cannot prevent natural disaster completely. We can't. But the effect can be minimized. But we can minimize the effect. Disaster management is important. The basic step for the disaster management are preparedness. We have to ready for that, get ready for that. Response, how the way how we respond and the recovery. Following examples show how we should respond to natural disasters. These are shown about according to the disaster management cycle. Now here you can see this is a cycle. Okay, preparedness, response, recovery. Again preparedness, response, recovery. This is a cycle. Preparedness, how to prepare. Identify the hazardous zones and moving away from them. What we have to do is we have to identify the hazardous zones and move in away from them. Make people aware of the disaster place of disaster and period when disaster could occur. Government is giving some announcements, then we have to aware and we have to prevent. Protect the forest cover. What we have to do is if we manage the good environment, so if we protect the forest cover, we can prevent from any disaster. Protect the catchment areas. Fix lightning conductors to the building, especially high skyscrapers and all. Normally, we have to fix them. Do not construct buildings under the high tension electric lines. Surely when there are high electric tension lines, transformers and all, we should not construct buildings. Normally when there is thunderbolts, so when there are thundering and all, so it facing these kind of disasters. Build houses that resist disasters. Be alert about tsunami condition warning when an earthquake occurred in an adjoining zone. Now here, response. How do we respond during disaster? During disaster, before the disaster and during the disaster. Collect victims to the safety places. During, we have to go for safer places. Attempt to protect lives than property. We have to think about our lives than the property. Face the disaster strongly. Anyway, when we lose our loved ones, also nothing to do. We have to keep our mental stability. Provide medical assistance and treatments to the victims. Provide food and beverages to the refugees, especially people are really helpless. For that, we have to provide food and beverages for the refugees. Move away from the building where accidents could occur, avoiding consuming polluted and contaminated food. If you eat those kind of things, there will be another disaster. Okay, recovery. How do you recovery? What you have to do is, first of all, you have to identify the problems, establish emergency disaster centers, introduce disaster kits, life-saving kits, provide relief to the victims, conduct health programs, yeah, especially plan activities to restore the mental health of the victim, because most of the people are suffering, especially tsunami and all, because they lost their loved ones. Now here Putala name 5 natural hazards, explain the difference between natural hazards and disasters. There's a difference. Have to define. Complete the following table with reference to the disasters that occur in your region. Now here you can see you have to write at least 2 reasons for flood, drought, cyclones, earth slips, and methods of minimizing. What can you do to minimize these damages? Okay, so here Putala, there's an assignment. Name 2 natural disasters that occur frequently in Sri Lanka. Okay, especially we can take especially tsunamis. Actually we can't take because it's not happening frequently. Now here, name two natural disasters that occur frequently. Okay, now here, name two natural disasters that occur frequently in Sri Lanka. You just think and write. We can't take tsunami. There are any other the natural disasters, you know. Just think and write. I can't help for this one because you have it for the your little brains should be really logical. Just think and write. Prepare a fact file including pictures of areas that have affected by natural disasters. Find and present the causes for these disasters. Get into groups and prepare a handout including the steps that could be used to aid the victims. Now here Putala, we have done everything up to here, and next day I hope to come with the final part of the lesson, that is the global climatic changes. I think you all have got the good understanding about this lesson. I think you all understood very well. So here, this is a really beautiful one, that is the global climatic changes. Okay, see you soon.